Welcome back to another episode of Rock Boys Football. Mike Elko, the Texas A&M Aggies, absolutely rolling on the recruiting trail, landing another commitment from four-star wide receiver Ashton Bethl Roman. Obviously, we talked about Terry Bussey committing to Texas A&M a couple hours ago. You add another absolute blazer to this wide receiver room, and you start looking at what Mike Elko has done in the short time he's been at College Station. We talked about this morning. The biggest question you had was, can Mike Elko recruit at the highest level of college football? And I think we're kind of clearly getting our answer over the last couple of weeks, right? Phenomenal couple of months in the transfer portal. You look at the 2024 class and what he's been able to do in just a short amount of time. Extremely impressive. There seems to be a lot of buzz around this Texas A&M program. Want to talk about Ashton Bethel Roman, talk about what this class looks like for Texas A&M in 2024. Before we do, just want to say thank you to you guys, and it has been a blast talking this program, transfer portal, high school recruiting trail, deep dives, the amount of support you guys continue to show. It really does mean a lot. This is something I love doing, talking about these high school prospects. And I can't thank you guys enough for rocking with the fellas. We will continue to keep you guys as updated as possible. And without further ado, let's get into Ashton Bethel Roman again, a guy that was signed and committed and signed to play with Arkansas, gets released of his national letter of intent, and Mike Elko comes in and closes this one out. And I think the thing that's most special about Ashton Bethel Roman is he combines that elite long speed. You see the track background with really polished route running ability. And you dive into the film and take a look at what Ashton Bethel Roman brings to the table. We'll get into it right now. It is really good releases, using that speed, but also using the movement skills to create separation. First rep, you see a little press coverage. The safety comes down, and Ashton Bethel Roman, just a very easy release to the outside, works vertically, kind of just seamlessly creates that separation, kind of an easy walk-in touchdown there. Then the next rep, you're going to see, again, press coverage up here. You're going to see a clean release to the inside. Now, his release off the line of scrimmage is easy. You see that burst coming out of his route, create separation very easily. And this is the next one that you see. And this is where you really see like that track and field burst, right? And it's one thing, and we talked about this with Terry Bussey earlier. It's one thing to be vertically really fast. It's a whole nother thing to be able to use that speed to create separation at that wide receiver position. And you see the elite burst right here, seamlessly creating separation. Another very easy touchdown for Ashton Bethel Roman. And I mean, we talk a lot about his movement skills and his ability to create separation before the catch. I mean, you see on the film how good he is with the football in his hands as well, taking a punt return. This is a guy that if you take bad angles on him, like, you're not going to catch him. This is when you see him in that open grass. I mean, he is running away, making everyone else pretty much just look slower on the football field. And then you see a little bit of kind of being physical in the ball tracking, right? Using that long speed, but I'm going to work through some contact. I'm going to track that football and make a play. Again, punt return, him and Terry Bussey maybe having some competitive battles in terms of who's returning punts in College Station the next couple of years. The next rep you see is kind of just a heady wide receiver, right? Blown play. I'm going to present myself to the quarterback. I'm going to make a play, make someone miss an open field, and then I'm going to go burners to the end zone. It is a guy that I think is really impressive, not only the speed that he has, but almost more impressive what he can do as a route runner in terms of creating separation, working over the middle of the field, knowing he's going to have to readjust, take some contact, works through that contact. This is a guy that, again, you love the physical traits, but you even love more the film when you see him working at that wide receiver position. And you look at what Mike Elko has done during this short time at College Station. One, crushes the transfer portal, right? Top 2 class in the transfer portal, a ton of starting caliber guys coming into this program. But then in the short amount of time that he had to close out that 2024 class, he locks in Terry Bussey. He goes and flips Ashton Bethel Roman from Arkansas, doing a really nice job. And I can't wait to see what this staff can do with a full cycle under their belt of recruiting and developing those relationships. Last thing I want to talk about is the absolute speed that Texas A&M is getting in this wide receiver room, right? You go to a guy like Isaiah Williams, another guy that Mike Elko and this Texas A&M staff flips late. Holman Wiggins, kind of side note, I think that was a massive hire. This is a guy that crushes it on the recruiting trail, and you're already seeing the dividends being paid off, right? You see a guy like Isaiah Williams committed to Florida, flips to Texas A&M on signing day. You take a look at his background, a 10.9 in the 100-meter dash, and then you take a look at a guy who's already been committed for a while to Texas A&M and Ernest Campbell, right? A little bit undersized at 5'8", 150 pounds, runs a 10-2 100-meter dash. That is the second fastest I've seen in this class, next to Gatlin Bear, who has Olympic level track speed. You talk about the playmaking ability and the speed that Texas A&M is bringing in at that wide receiver position with Ashton Bethl Roman, Isaiah Williams, Ernest Campbell. I'd probably throw in Terry Bussey because I think he's going to play some offense for Texas A&M. Masterclass job. And we have this conversation a lot about how you go about building your roster. Mike Elko putting on a clinic, right? Using the transfer portal to get some veteran starting talent into this roster heading into 2024, but not neglecting what he's doing in the high school ranks, bringing in guys to get developed. So the future of this program looking really good as well. What I look forward to the most is you see all the buzz around this program. What is it going to look like when Mike Elko gets a whole year under his belt to develop those relationships on the recruiting trail? Because we said it, Mike Elko, elite culture, elite player developer. The question was, can he recruit? We're getting our answer to that in real time with how he's doing it on the recruiting trail. You guys know how fired up I am about this program. I think it was a phenomenal hire. I think you're seeing it pay off on the recruiting trail early. We'll continue to keep you guys updated as Texas A&M continues to do work. Appreciate you guys rocking with the fellas. Again, if y'all do enjoy the content, consider subscribing to the channel. Appreciate you guys, and we'll talk to y'all later. Peace.